mixed reaction to President Joe Biden halting all border wall construction. We talked to people in Yuma who've witnessed the transformation.
Plus, Tempe police want more businesses to help with enforcing mask mandates.
And later this half hour on Break It Down, the impact of spoken word.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Breanna Alexander.
And I'm Nick Shesky. Thank you for joining us.
President Joe Biden ordered a pause on all border wall construction, one of 17 executive orders issued on his first day in office. Cronkite News reporter Samantha Bird speaks with Yuma residents who have mixed opinions.
For the residents of Yuma, the border wall has different meanings. Some are for it, others against it. There are also people who have witnessed the transformation of the border through the years and have many stories to tell. Luis Gurdiaz says he remembers perfectly how the Mexican border looked during his childhood.
No such thing as a border. We were controlled by the flow of the river. We played there, we enjoyed it.
Gurdiaz was born 79 years ago in Gadsden, a town on the border between Arizona and San Luis Rio Colorado, Sonora, Mexico. Since 1965, he has seen the transformation of the border from his house.
It was a 3-strand barbed wire dividing fence. That was it. So it didn't take much to cross it, you know. They were there at that station. You've seen that photo of the first custom houses with sticks and mud.
What he sees now from his doorstep is a different picture.
Right directly between the canal and the railroad track, that's where the fence is, the big metal fence. So we look at that every day.
President Trump spent about $15 billion to extend the wall, but President Biden ordered a freeze on further wall construction. Mayor of Yuma, Douglas Nichols, says the wall has been helpful.
It's very difficult to get through. You're not generally getting through the wall itself.
For Nichols, the wall isn't just a physical barrier.
It's also a technological barrier. There's lighting, there's sensing, there's all sorts of other things that are more modern. That way, we don't need as many people, and we could really monitor the traffic.
Ariana Ames, a Yuma native, has a different view on the issue.
A border wall will not stop undocumented immigrants from coming into the United States, as well as drug cartels. We should focus more on port of entries.
In the Yuma sector in fiscal year 2019, there were 69,768 apprehensions compared to 7,287 in 2020, a decrease of 90%. Gurdiaz says that during the years he has lived in front of the wall, he has helped migrants who have just crossed.
There was no fear. We didn't have the fear or nothing of that sort. We had a number of them would come and knock on the door, and they were just asking for water or food, you know, and we would give them water and food.
President Biden's order leaves billions of dollars of work unfinished, but still under contract. At this time, it's unclear if all contracts will be canceled. In the studio, Samantha Bird, Cronkite News.
Former President Trump's second impeachment trial wrapped up over the weekend with an acquittal. But not before both Arizona senators, Kyrsten Sinema and Mark Kelly, voted along party lines to convict him. The senators took to Twitter posting about their votes to impeach Trump. Sinema tweeted, quote, "Former President Donald Trump betrayed his oath willfully, and as no president has done before. He incited a violent insurrection against his own government because he did not like the outcome of a free and fair election," end quote. And Kelly tweeted, quote, "Former President Donald Trump incited the violence at the Capitol on January 6, 2021, with the intention of overturning the decision of the voters of Arizona and other states, and then did nothing to stop it because he hoped it would be successful," end quote. Trump was acquitted just 10 votes shy of the necessary 67 votes. Although his problems may have ended with impeachment, Trump's legal problems are just beginning. He's facing a criminal investigation in Georgia for attempting to overturn the election there, and in New York, his financial dealings are under scrutiny. Trump has denied any wrongdoing.
According to Axios, administration officials for President Biden are now considering 2 prominent Arizona Republicans for ambassador positions, Cindy McCain and former Republican Senator Jeff Flake. Both are being considered to highlight bipartisanship in U.S. foreign policy under the new Democratic president. According to the report, McCain is being discussed for the United Kingdom, while Flake is being mentioned for South Africa. While McCain and Flake identify with the Republican Party, they both endorsed Biden for president. And as a result, Arizona's Republican Party censured both members. Flake spoke with CNN on the possible position.
I've said as I would have an interest in making sure that President Biden's foreign policy is bipartisan. We used to say that partisanship stops at the water's edge. That needs to happen, and I think it can happen.
The report also states McCain is likely to be offered an ambassadorship, but London is not guaranteed. Although both are being considered, the final decision is still weeks away.
Yesterday, many people across the country marked the 3rd anniversary of the mass shooting at a high school in Parkland, Florida, including President Biden, who used the day to call on Congress to enact what he says are common-sense gun law reforms. Biden wants lawmakers to require background checks on all gun sales, a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, and eliminate immunity for gun manufacturers. 17 people were killed and more than a dozen others injured on February 14, 2018, when a gunman opened fire at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
This morning, Arizona health officials added 1,338 new COVID-19 cases to our state's total, but no new deaths. Some more good news for the country. For the first time in 100 days, the U.S. is averaging fewer than 100,000 new coronavirus cases per day. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. The last time the U.S. was under the 100,000 metric was on Election Day in November.
Meanwhile, Tempe police officers are asking small business owners for help enforcing COVID-19 protocols. Cronkite News reporter Delaney White spoke with Detective Greg Bacon about changes to the mask mandate that could be coming soon.
Arizona has been known for its loose COVID-19 regulations and open businesses during the pandemic. Though the city of Tempe's mayor issued a mask mandate months ago, it was often disregarded.
Elite Cuts on Mill is a Tempe establishment that had a worker contract COVID-19.
I think no matter what, people should be washing their hands, but at the end of the day, it's just as a mass.
Isaac Katz started working as a barber on Elite Cuts on Mill in the summer of 2020. By November, he tested positive for COVID-19. He says several of his clients came down with COVID, and he believes he got it at work.
Most people just come in with masks, but it becomes kind of a difficulty when you're doing cutting the hair around the ears and everything, especially with, of course, beards.
Arizona did not have a statewide mask mandate. Instead, Governor Doug Ducey left that up to the individual counties and towns.
Mayor Woods took over as a mayor in July, and so he again made it a mask mandate that if you were in the city of Tempe and you could not socially distance, you were required to wear a mask. Indoors, always required to wear a mask.
Though we are almost a year into the pandemic, the mandate is still in effect. Bacon says it's about working together to protect everyone.
The hope is we all work together. That's the hope, is everybody works together to keep each other safe.
Bacon believes the majority of residents have taken the mandate seriously, but Kat disagrees.
You look around, no one's really wearing masks on the street.
But that could change soon.
There could be some modifications. There aren't right now, but there might be some modifications coming to the mayoral proclamation in terms of signage.
Modifications that, if implemented, could make the community a safer place.
Anything would really help.
The Tempe Police Department wants the city to require signs to be posted in clear view of the customer so officers could easily cite a business owner not enforcing the mask mandate. In the Broadcast Center, Delaney White, Cronkite News.
While most of the country is experiencing winter storms, the Valley is loving the cooler temps. Tina Giulianos is standing by with more on what we can expect for the rest of the week. Tina?
Yeah, we have really pleasant weather here in the valley, clear skies, great temperatures, but across the country, it's very cold. There are winter storms all over the Midwest. As you can see here, there's an Arctic blast quite literally blasting through the Midwest. We have 4 degrees over in Kansas City, and in Dallas, 20 degrees. I mean, with the wind chill, that just makes it so much more cold, and especially snow falling so much all over the highways, lots of snow, kind of bringing that cold front here. So in the valley, over in our neck of the woods, we're going to see a little bit of a system kind of grazing our state over the next couple of days, but nothing too crazy. So going into tomorrow, we have pretty cold temperatures, kind of below normal than what we're used to here. Up in Flagstaff, 15 degrees. Up in the Grand Canyon, 14 degrees. I mean, we're in the teens. Better keep your jackets handy. Here in the valley, it's still pretty chilly with about 44 degrees, and over in Tucson with 38 degrees. Heading into our evening, I mean, nothing we can't handle with 56 degrees at 10 p.m., partly cloudy, but that sun will be back, kind of heading into our work week with some low, mid to high 60s, low 70s. But the best thing is looking at this gorgeous weekend here, 77 on Saturday, 74 on Sunday with clear, sunny skies. We got to enjoy this while it lasts. In the Weather Center, Tina Giuliano, Cronkite News.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Calasi. After the break, I'll have your Cronkite Sports Report, where you'll hear from the winner of the Daytona 500, a local Glendale resident, making the West Valley proud. Don't go anywhere.
Every day I wake up, my first thought is, how can I serve this community?
The biggest hurdle was not taking PTSD personally.
Would you welcome, please, the amazing.
Everybody that watches this, they say that I am the greatest that they've ever seen.
Ready to watch the best of PBS anytime, anywhere, on nearly any device? It's easy with the free PBS Video app. Simply download the PBS Video app on your mobile or streaming device. Now you can watch the latest PBS episodes or catch up on the shows you missed, discover new favorites from PBS, and local content from your PBS station.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Welcome back. I'm Kelsey Calasi with your Cronkite Sports Report. As the checkered flag waved and sparks flew at Daytona International Speedway last night, it was Glendale native and NASCAR veteran Michael McDowell who made his way through the madness. He took home the Harley J. Earl Trophy, his first win at NASCAR's top level.
The path that I was on, it would have been really tough to make it to the top. So I feel like, you know, as a kid growing up, I always dreamed of being a race car driver, but never thought about being a Daytona 500 champion.
Bobby Hurley picked up his 100th win as ASU beat Oregon State last night. One team Hurley's squad hasn't been able to beat so far, their downstate rivals. Cronkite News reporter Evan Desai peeks into the state of the rivalry between the Sun Devils and Wildcats and the reaction to the latest chapter of Territorial Cup contests.
70-7 will be a score neither ASU nor U of A fans will forget anytime soon, especially due to this billboard in Casa Grande that was organized by Sun Devil Nation. The 2020 ASU football victory over U of A was painful for all of Wildcat country. New Arizona Safeties coach Chuck Cecil made it clear that his program won't be forgetting that loss anytime soon.
I'm still a little shook up over it, and you know, it's something that it reminds me
virtually on a daily basis motivates me.
Many people disagree with this area being called Wildcat Country, but after all, U of A basketball did sweep ASU when they had their chance. I asked Wildcats head coach Sean Miller about the series.
We share the state, and so we know it means a lot, so we play that game with a lot of pride, and I know they do too. We feel good that we beat a very good team.
And Wildcat pride is evident in these paintings in the heart of downtown Phoenix. Arizona guard Dalen Terry, a Tempe native, got to know both sides of the rivalry at a young age.
When I was younger, I was a ball boy, and I used to go in the locker room after the game. But I also remember being a ball boy for ASU and still wanting to talk to the Arizona players, and they were not allowing me to.
ASU football did their job, U of A basketball did theirs in this 2020 to 2021 chapter of one of the better rivalries in all of college sports.
Inside by Coloco.
In Phoenix, Evan Desai, Cronkite News.
On to another rivalry, the ASU women's soccer team battled GCU for soccer prominence, the first meeting between these two programs in over 20 years. The Devils defeated the Lopes in back-to-back matches. The rivalry runs deeper than geography, though, as former Sun Devil star Marlene Shimmer transferred to GCU last season.
Honestly, I think it was fun. I think we were all stoked for it. I mean, we knew who we needed to mark. We knew who we needed to put some players on, and I think we were confident in that. And then we just had to give them an extra level.
The family of beloved sports journalist Pedro Gomez announced the start of the Pedro Gomez Foundation. The foundation will support scholarships for future sports journalists here at the Cronkite School of Journalism. We are honored to be a part of his legacy. To donate, visit pedrogomezfoundation.org. That does it for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Brianna and Nick.
Thanks, Kelsey. And that's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.